Kevin Fairchild was born in paradise to a loving family on the island of Maui in Hawaii. Kevin was a beautiful child with large brown eyes and an even bigger smile. But he was also born with biliary atresia, a progressive scarring of the bile ducts of the liver. His parents were told that only a liver transplant could save his life.
His whole family just picked up and decided to move for Kevin. And that to me says so much about a family in itself, that they would do anything for their child.
After an exhaustive internet search, the Fairchilds moved to Georgia to work with the liver transplant team at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
By the time I met him, it was clear that the liver was having more and more damage. So that clearly meant that he was going to need a liver transplant.
On October 27, 2006, the transplant team at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta replaced Kevin's liver with a small segment from an adult liver. A deceased donor had given Kevin a new chance at life.
We were very excited that he was getting his new liver and we would see white eyes instead of yellow eyes.
Kevin's liver transplant was very successful, but his underlying medical problems caused severe complications. Over time, the liver condition had formed tears in the walls of his intestines, and they began to bleed.
I can remember it just like yesterday. He started bleeding from his nose, his mouth, his anus, everywhere. They were pushing blood in as fast as it was coming out.
Kevin had 2 separate bleeding episodes. Each time, the team in Children's Pediatric Intensive Care Unit was able to stop the hemorrhage. But Kevin's frightening complications were not over. At 2 different times during his recovery, Code Blue was called. Kevin's heart stopped beating.
I could see the monitors and the heart rates just going down, and all these doctors are rushing in and the nurses.
He was without oxygen for like 8 minutes. They were doing CPR the whole 8 minutes and doing the whole thing, but they brought him back.
Throughout it, he was remaining a fighter. He was able to get through all these things with the help of a lot of intensive care hours from the physicians and nurses in the intensive care unit. He was able to go on and do remarkably well.
He got to go home March the 13th after 186 days. He's alive and just celebrated his 2nd birthday. We're very excited.
To see someone so near death, and then you get to see them come out and he's at home. Knowing how he's doing, watching him grow up, it's an awesome experience.
That's what you do it for.